Good morning, folks. This is the break-in ride for the Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR tires. Also, I'm trying out my new Rev'It jacket, and also I'm trying out this hydration backpack for the very first time. I've never had occasion to use a hydration backpack, but in anticipation of my big ride coming up next Saturday, I am going to most likely be using this hydration backpack for the long ride to Wisconsin. So I've test fitted it this morning over my Rev'It jacket in case that's the jacket that's going to go. Right now the temperature is 79 degrees and it's flowing air beautifully. So far so good. I don't know how it would be in really hot conditions, like mid 90s. Probably not going to be that cool. But right now it's 79 and moving. It's perfectly fine, even with the backpack blocking a lot of the the airflow exhausting through the back. So that's a good positive. Hopefully I do about 80 miles this morning breaking in these tires. But like I said, brand new tires. I just checked the pressures on the TPMS system and they're still where I left them. Hoping that the TPMS is accurate. It's saying basically what I put inside the tires, so that looks good and feels good, feels great. I can't tell any more noise, but then I wear earplugs, so who knows. So far it feels great and no different from before, but I'm gonna have a mix of hopefully a little bit of twisties and some highway riding and so on and so forth. I've also got to check the brakes, make sure that the brakes are still as effective as when I took the wheels off. The front brakes feel fine. I haven't had a chance to use the back brakes yet. Maybe the next stop I'll apply the back brakes. But one thing I will say is I do have to order a set of pads, front and rear, because when I took my wheels off, I could tell that the pads were probably down to about half depth. So I'll need pads. But so far so good. Like I said, 79 degrees and this jacket feels just fine. This is the Rev'It Sand 5 jacket. Love this jacket. I don't really like the pockets on the sides or the inside for my wallet, but hey, you can't have it all, right? But it's a great, I'm hoping it's going to be a good 4-season jacket for me here in the Houston area, and so no complaints that way. Took that turn really slowly coming in because fresh tires. Where's the dogs? No, they're not out today. Yeah. Still 79 degrees. Today's Labor Day, so it's a public holiday, and there could be people around, but none here yet. These pine needles on the ground can be slippery as well. So far the brakes feel good, tires feel good, and the tip-in on these new tires are something else. That's the first impression that I've got. It's got good tip-in. Left to right transitions and all, perfect. Ooh. and a little bit of a hollow here. All right, got my tank bag on, so reaching the key is a pain in the ass again, but there it is. First feedback on this, and I can't show you this, but the first feedback on this hydration backpack is with this sport helmet, I can't seem to get the hose into my mouth, so that's a problem. Yeah, like I mentioned, the hydration backpack with this helmet here, this sport helmet, has got hardly any room underneath the chin, because I've got a chin, to keep the noise and down. So it's kind of hard to get that hose in and around, and that hose does not have a right angle end. Maybe that's something I've got to look into, but definitely I wanted to get a cheaper hydration backpack just in case there were some details that needed to be worked out before I invested in an expensive one. If I do ever invest in an expensive one, I wanted to go the cheap route first. Rest of it, it's a great hydration backpack. It's got a wide mouth, so you can put ice in there, and it's 2 liters. I believe it's 2 liter capacity, and yeah, it's good that way. It feels good on the back, no problem at all. But like I said, the business end of it, getting onto that sport helmet. With an adventure helmet, you've got more of a chin area, so the straight end can work, but I need a right angle end, and if I can't switch that end out, I probably have to get a different hose or something. I don't know. But anyway, there's the jacket. Hopefully you can see the whole thing. Yeah, works good so far. I'm starting to sweat right now because I'm stationary, but it's been working so far so good. This is the very first time I'm wearing it on the bike. Like I said, this is a break-in ride for the tires and rear tire. So far so good. They seem to be tipping in quite nicely in the transitions from left to right, but I haven't really gone on any twisties or anything yet. To get to this park, it's just basically, straight roads riding through suburbs and so on, and villages. So yeah, let's continue on with the ride and see how it goes. Came into this area here in the hopes of getting a few twisties. This is just a subdivision, and they've got some turns left and right and stuff like that. I just need to scrub off the sides of the tires a little bit. I'm not going to be getting a lot of twisties on this ride today. So any bit that I can get will help. I don't know. There's a turn coming up here. I just got to be careful with this. Take it at a respectful speed. Road conditions are dry anyway. There we go. These Scorpion tires, well, they corner pretty nice so far. The profile of the tire is nice and round. The other tires were still nice and round. They didn't square off too much, but I guess after 16,000 miles, they probably are slightly more squared off than these, but you can't really tell just looking at them. But these are new tires, and new tires always feel great. So it just makes you feel like going around these corners a little bit more spirited. But that's the thing that you've got to kind of like resist when you've got new tires on. You've got to be careful, be gentle for the first 100 or so miles, and get that top layer worn off. What's going on here? Cutting down more trees, I guess, for another subdivision. More habitat destroyed. Yeah. But the tires, I mean, they seem a little bit more knobby and than the A41s, but you don't feel it. And with my earplugs in, I don't hear it. So no complaints at all for me. It feels exactly the same. If it does well in the light off-road that I'm hoping to do, then it would be probably the tire for me. But I haven't gone off-road yet, so who knows. Oh right, this is some groove pavement. I've got to test them. I don't know where I'm going to find groove roads. There's a road that maybe I'll hit on the way back home that's got some grooving, and I want to see how that, you know, affects these tires, because some tires are affected more. There's some, no, this is not exactly grooving here, but there's some tires that are quite bad when it comes to grooving. And my A41s are very good for grooving. No response. It doesn't tug the tires or anything, you know, the front wheel or to one side or anything like that. But some knobbies, especially, they're especially prone to grooving of the road surface. I can hear a little bit of tire noise, I guess. It's a noise I never heard before. It's a whirring sound. So there's a bit of noise, I suppose, but it's not, for me with air plugs, it's not a problem. And Let's go in here. I gotta pee. This is the Sunday crowd coming here for God knows what. I'm gonna go here. Good spot. Could be better, but oh well. Gotta lock this tank bag. I don't want to lose that. Can tell you that. It's not cheap. 0, 0, 0. I'm gonna bring in my helmet because I got my camera on. This is grooved pavement right now, and excellent response. In other words, no response to the grooving. You can see the rain grooves in front. Excellent. So far these tires are feeling really nice. You know, good transitions from side to side. I don't know what this guy's doing. Oh, he's turning. Huh. Yeah, I had it in some slight twisties in the subdivision, nothing fast, but yeah, feels nice and secure in the corners. And the only thing compared to the other tires, the only thing I could say is at 80 I heard some different noises. I can only attribute that to tire noises. You know, it's a kind of a little bit, a kind of a whirring sound actually. But I was hearing that through my earplugs slightly, but not bad, not something that would cause me fatigue over the long run. And but that is my cruising speed. So 75, true 75 is my long distance cruising speed. So which would be like indicated 80 on this bike. And yeah, I got a little bit of a whirring sound, but with my music on and me ignoring it, shouldn't be a problem. But these grooves here, I'm not feeling a damn thing. It's not tugging or anything. As a matter of fact, I can let go of the steering of the handlebars, and you can see I've got nothing on the handlebars, and she's doing pretty good. There is a road that I usually ride through to come home, and the speed limit there is 35 I think, and I usually do it at 40, and that's my handlebar shake test road. I'm not going to be going there because it's kind of closer to my office. I'm not going to be going there today, but I'll experience that during this week when I work. You know, come back home from work, and I'll be sure to test it out. I probably won't get it on camera, but I'll be testing it out on my way home, and I'll give you some feedback somewhere along the line as to how it performed, whether I got the wobbles. But when I got that problem with the tracer, I changed the tire from the stock, I think it was Dunlop D3 or something like that, some kind of unknown tire, and I changed it to my Road Smart 3 tire, and that went away on the tracer. I got this bike here, and this bike came with the Battle Axe A4s, and I did have that wobble at 40 on the same road. So I don't know if changing it to this tire here will get rid of that or not, but we'll see. Alright, we got some grooved curves here. Not this one. Well, actually this one, yes. Got a little bit of grating on it. Grating. But anyway, I did go through some slow spots back there. I was in traffic, and I had my visor open, and I listened for the tire noise, and yeah, there is some some tire noise with these tires. There is a little bit of whirring, but after about, I don't know, 35 miles an hour or so, the wind takes over, and I don't hear it that much with these earplugs in. But if it's nice and still and you're doing about 30 or so, and you open the visor and you tip your head down to listen to the back wheel, you can hear the noise. Yep, there's definitely more noise than the A41s. Wasn't convenient for him to turn around, so oops, going a little too fast into this turn. I can feel a little bit of that groove there, not much. It's just the same as the A41s. I hate those grooves. That's a different type of groove. That's a grading, like when they're preparing to put the new surface on the top of the road, they kind of grate it. It's not the longitudinal grooves that I was on earlier on. That is more of a herringbone pattern, I guess, and they really, even with street tires, you can feel it tugging at your wheel. But just now when I went around that corner there, it was no worse than normal. So I'm pleased with the performance of these tires with grooved or prepared surfaces that are prepared for final surfacing, if you get what I mean. Get out of the road. There's that grooved or that grated surface again, and there's another corner up in front. Yeah, they usually grab your front wheel. No problem. Feels beautiful going around that. I don't know what this guy's doing. Ow. Must be drunk. So what have we done? We've tested or tried to break in these tires. I'm happy. The bike is ready for Wisconsin. I think the tires are broken in. I don't think I've passed 70 miles today. It was a fairly short ride. So what's this? Cops. Oh. I'm doing 55, so You shouldn't let me go. It performed well in the rain grooves, and a ground up road surface on that road that we just passed through. So I'm very happy with the response to rough roads. On the highway, pretty good. The tire noise is not obtrusive, It's tire noise is quite manageable. With earplugs in, I don't hear any problems, and I've got my music going. As a matter of fact, I've got my music going right now. I've got good earplugs, so that's protecting my ears, and so noise is not a problem. They feel great transitioning from left to right. I like it. I like them. We'll see how they're going to get a lot of squaring off next weekend, starting next weekend. And I don't like that. I hate driving highway all the time, but that's the quickest way for me to get to Wisconsin. And I've only got a week to do this big trip, so I'm going to want this fastest possible way, which is the super slab. But so far so good. Anyway, that's it for now. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Leave a comment below. Have you ever fitted these Pirelli Scorpion Rally STRs, and how did you find them? Leave a comment below if you have. And I'll talk to you in the next video.